So we are on air. We are live. Please, we are live. We are live on air. Oh, well, can you still see me? It's like we've lost. Can you see me? Oh, well.
Yes, I can see you.
Okay,
I can see you
hear
also.
me clearly. Okay.
Yes, I can hear you very well.
I'm waiting for. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
Yes, we're on air. Good afternoon, everyone. So sorry for the break in transmission. We've been trying to get all our panelists on board for this important discussion. And that's the reason why you could find that we have started behind the schedule. I do believe that as we go on along, we'll be making known to you some of the things we want to discuss. Of course, you know that what we are discussing right now is the COVID-19 experience and its influence on the entertainment industry. The entertainment industry is one of the bedrock money spinning thing in Nigeria. And you know that when we talk about the entertainment, we're talking about the thing that has brought in a lot of revenue to so many people, both the young and the old. Interestingly, Nigeria before the COVID-19 episode was ranked amongst the best when it comes to the aspect of money making in the entertainment industry. But all that is gone right now, unfortunately, because the COVID-19 experience has discussed so many things. And this is what we are going to talk about because it's not only a Nigerian problem, it's a global phenomenon. The concerts are no longer holding, the music has stopped in the social gathering. And then when you look at the theater halls are empty because you are not allowed to make any gathering whatsoever. And when we look at those who are event planners, entertainment planners, we observe that it has actually affected them negatively. So here we are as musicians, theater artists, event planners. The question we need to ask ourselves now is, what do we do to make ourselves relevant? Because whether we like it or not, the world is not going to be the same again after COVID-19. by the time the walls are open for everyone to come out, we definitely will have a lot of pains in our hands, because I believe for the next 2 months or 3 months, entertainment will still be off in terms of the social gathering. And so, to discuss the way forward and how we can make ourselves as entertainers relevant to the scheme of things, I have in the panel an entertainment event planner, manager, Ms. Jumoke Shakin. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate this platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We are so glad you can join us. And then, of course, we have a music producer, music expert, also joining us to discuss this issue. I'm talking of none other than Orwell Obi.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you
sir.
for coming.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. So, let me start first of all with Jumoke. How has it
Yes.
been as an event planner, as an entertainment planner? How has it been with you?
Um, Eventually, I had to take things calmly. When it started, when it first started, before Lagos State locked down, I locked myself down.
Hmm.
Before Lagos State government locked down, I locked down because I just finished an event. Then I heard that the index case, when they saw the
Battery
index case, they
90%.
were now
Connected to Galaxy A70.
when
Go ahead.
when they, are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear
Yes,
you. I can hear you. Go
I
ahead.
hear you.
Yes, yes. When they got the index case, they were looking for his contacts.
Hmm.
I had to sit down. I thought of myself. I thought of my health. I thought of my family.
Hmm.
Before anybody told me to lock down, I locked down. It was only my staff that were only going to the office. When they heard that Chioma, Davido's fiancé,
Hmm.
had had the disease, they locked down.
Hmm.
Till today, I never told them to lock down. They locked down. So I eventually accepted it as a fate to come. And I try as
Hmm.
much as possible to adjust to it.
Hmm.
It's not easy, but I accept it and I adjust my life to it. And when Lagos State locked down and the President Buhari locked down, I accepted everything just like that. It's not easy. It's not easy. A very, very active
Okay,
life.
thank
You
you.
have to pin it down. It's not easy.
Wow. Let me ask Joshua. Joshua is an expert in theater. When did you lock down? Was it before the COVID-19 or during the COVID-19 instruction for us to lock down? Can you hear me? Okay. Joshua, can you hear me? You have muted the camera. Joshua, please unmute. Okay, can you hear me now, Joshua?
Yes, it's very low. So I'm trying to check the function of my phone. I don't know what happened. I'm unable to use my laptop presently, but I'm using my
Okay,
phone, so
but
it's very low.
okay. You have an earphone. If you have an earphone, you
Um,
can use that.
I have a speaker here. I'm trying to connect to.
Okay,
I'm so
but you can
sorry.
hear, but you heard the question. But we can hear you clearly, though.
Okay. Okay. Um. All right. I'm with you, sir.
Okay, can you hear the question? Let me ask the question again. When did you lock
Okay.
down, or have you locked down? Have your entertainment company locked down?
Well, we would say okay, yes, partially.
Okay.
Our company had to lock down somehow, because we, importantly, because we are an organization that's into quite a number of things. We locked down because we're supposed to have about 4 different projects in 4 different countries now, and which unfortunately we're not able to meet up with. Flights cancelled and everything. And the reason I'm saying partially is because we're just furthering with other plans and then future projects, and then trying to find new dates and finding other ways to reach our audience and our clients. So it's more or less a partial lockdown because we are not able to do as much as we should.
Okay. Now, I want to ask Jumoke, what impact has this really had on the event making industry in Nigeria?
On the event industry?
Yes. What impact in terms of finance?
Sincerely, it has really affected the industry. Normally for our own industry,
Yes.
if you have an event maybe in September or in December,
70 disconnected. Ready to pair.
they would have made their deposits in advance.
Wow.
Yes, and there are some jobs that you need to build backgrounds. You need to get some items. You need to build. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Exactly.
You need to design, and you must do it ahead, maybe 2 months or maybe some few weeks before the time. And if they have given you the deposits, you would have started using the deposits.
Wow.
To buy all the necessary items.
You
would have, you would have gotten some items that you can't just go back to the market and return.
Wow. I'll give you an example. You are very right. Can I just chip this in? We were about doing what do we call this? A play at the University of Lagos when this thing came up, and just like you said, thousands, millions, not even thousands, millions of naira were given out, and we had already bought a lot of things.
Yeah.
Now, when we're told to shut down, the event was cancelled, and you can see all the things that we had bought were just lying fallow, like wasted effort.
If care is not taken, it can create a kind of bad blood or misunderstanding between you and your clients, because your client may come back and meet you that she needs a deposit back. They postponed or cancelled the event. Talk of a wedding now. Maybe the family is now concluding to have just a kind of a small gathering, and they've already planned for about 600 guests or 1,000, and they've given you the deposit. You've started getting the items, you've started building the backgrounds that we are going to use, and they now come back to you and tell you that they need their money back. What are you going to do?
Was there anything signed, like a contract?
Of course, they'll make their deposit. You will give them the invoice. You give them the invoice. They'll pay their deposit and they'll collect their receipts.
Reverend Nadeto, yes. Okay, go ahead. Okay,
so
you can.
So it will not be between you and the clients on negotiation on what you are going to do. Definitely, if you are going to refund parts of the deposit, it will definitely affect the person. It will definitely affect my pockets.
Okay, Ifeolu Sokojo has joined. Welcome to the panel. Welcome to the discussion. Can you hear me, Ife?
Hey, good afternoon. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me as well?
Yes, I can hear you clearly, very clearly.
I can hear you.
Now,
I can hear you very much.
Apologies
for joining late. I was expecting the link. Okay.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Reverend Kehinde Adetoye says that we have a problem, and we all need to brace up and think fast concerning various adjustments we all need to make in the new world evolving. Do you believe that we are in a new world? We are evolving. There's a new world evolving.
Yeah, absolutely. Good evening, everyone, or good afternoon, everyone. I quite agree that we are in a new world. Long before COVID-19, long before Coronal Virus, there has been a lot of conversations about disruption of the workplace, disruption of the way we live, disruption in the way we do business and all that. And to me, there has been so much talk as to how we can disrupt our environment, our workplace, our businesses and all that. It appeared as though it has been just all talk, no work. But I see coronavirus or COVID-19 as the disruptor. And I think there's a change in the way our lives will be lived going forward. There's going to be a total, it's going to be a dynamic shift or a paradigm shift in the way we do business, the way we live, the way we interact, the way we even render services to our clients, to our customers and all that. So I think there's going to be, we are in new times, this is a new world. We need to come to this reality that things are here to stay. That's why I think it's quite, a new world. She's quite correct. I don't know if it's a he or a she, but that's a very profound statement.
It's a he. And then somebody said, which I want us to everybody is facing the reality of COVID-19. It gives you and the client a soft landing in terms of the contract signed before COVID-19, which means each party will surely have to adjust to one thing or the other. Contract. Don't you think that in the post-COVID-19 years, we now have to get to a point where we need to start talking about contract, signing contract before we get into any business?
Of course, we've been doing that. We've been doing that. You can't just go to any venue, work for them without signing contracts with them. You have to give them your own conditions. They will give you their own conditions. There must be compromises. There must be agreements. So we've been doing that.
Okay.
And in case maybe prior to this time, it's not really the agreement is not really solid. Now that we've seen what COVID-19 has done to the industry, then we can now improve on it. But normally, we've been doing that.
Okay, if in the arts, I'm talking about your field now.
Yes, sir.
How has it impacted on you?
Yeah. So first of all, even before COVID-19, the design industry or the design profession has always struggled with the perception of offering value. So when we are rendering services or offering services to clients or to prospects, and we say our services would require some amount of money, they begin to question, why should it cost that much? They say there are people out there who who are already doing or who do the same thing as we do and probably charge far less or something quite affordable. So we've been having that challenge with in the design profession. But with COVID-19, it has even taken a very the design profession has taken a very big hit in the sense that, first of all, clients are not making money, and so it's almost imperative for them to cut down on their costs, on their expenses. And if we say as businesses, we still want to charge that premium rate that we charge, we would also be out of business. And also given the fact that before COVID-19, there had been different calls for skills acquisition programs where people are taught different skills like photography, graphic design, branding, and all that. And obviously for free. And now people are seeing the need to embrace these skills. On WhatsApp, people are saying learn how to use Canva for free. You don't need your designer again. You can do your creatives yourself. And so the design industry is it. But one thing I am not bothered about personally is that you almost, while I'm bothered, I'm also not bothered because I understand that someone who is just leveraging design tools that are being put before them, Canva and the likes, a client who has been with you for a number of years, satisfied with the kind of work that you do, would definitely trust you and would always want to stick to you. And that's where you as a business, brand promise, delivering on your brand promise is very critical. Client satisfaction is also very critical. What's the quality of work you do for your to say this for anything that regards my design, my branding, and all that. It also boils down to the fact that we as service providers, we also need to be empathetic. So rather than charge what we used to charge, we give discounts and say, okay, rather than pay maybe 100,000 for a retainership fee, we can say, okay, pay 50,000. Yeah.
Okay.
So it has hit us. It's a reality that has hit us. People are out of jobs. Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask Orwell about the music industry.
Okay.
Yes. Orwell, are you here?
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Okay. Please, can you briefly discuss about the impact of COVID-19 on the music industry in Nigeria presently?
Okay, so with the development of COVID-19, it has really affected the industry a great deal. You know, first and foremost, a whole lot of events have been cancelled. A whole lot of tours, you know, and musicians had plans, you know, to go for programs, and you know, even I myself, I had a lot of programs scheduled for the Easter, you know, season, of which was cancelled. So a whole lot of people couldn't travel, and it's really messed up a lot of things for us. Some of our projects are delayed because some of our artists can't come to the studio to record, you know, and some of the people we work with. So it's really a pain. It's a problem. It's affecting everybody worldwide. You know, people can't go out. People can't rehearse. You know, some bands are like families. You know, and you can imagine that you can't relate with your fellow musician. You know, so and it has even begun to affect musicians psychologically. You know, when you can't do what you're passionate about, you know, but for some are proactive with it. Like for me, I had to pick up the guitar and I started learning, you know, and I tried also improving myself in other skills, you know, in my own software to be a much better producer. So, you know, some people have used it to, you know, for the advantage. Some have started writing songs, some have improved their skills, but generally it has affected all music practitioners worldwide.
Okay. Let me bring Joshua in. Joshua, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I just worked on my sound now.
No problem. I can see that. Now, you are into theater.
Yes.
And I presume for some time, we may not have the theater, the halls opened for you to make your business. I want to ask, how do you intend? Because somebody said that there should be a paradigm shift. We should look into the virtual world. I can see that music is making much in the virtual world.
Yeah.
How about the theater?
Somehow, I think God works in mysterious ways. Sometimes when he's been asking you to do something for so long and you just don't pay attention. So I'm one of those who have come to to accept that the COVID-19, even though it has a lot of negative impacts on the world economy, somehow for some individuals and for some organization, it's the beginning of something new for them. So I would say for us, it's the beginning of something new. So 2 years ago, we came up with this idea that we want to begin to take theater into we want to create theater digitally. So we want people to be able to access theater from anywhere around the world. Many times we get to travel. So anyway, we somehow we started it and jumped it. We did a little with Facebook. We did a lot with YouTube. And we just forgot about it. And we kept talking about it. When would we do this? And something else was always coming in the way. So immediately the lockdown started. We were having several meetings. And that was the first thing that popped up. Like, would have been making a lot of money now, just like Netflix is making billions. If we had harnessed and nurtured this idea we had back then.
But do you think it's late?
I mean, it's not late. We started working on it. We started working on it for over a month now. It's going to take about 4 months to get the first prototype, to get the first template. But that is the future, really. Every market, every product that cannot find itself, that cannot fit into the digital world or the digital platform. There's going to be some setback for them. We think we need to find the new cheese and go after it.
Thank you very much, Jumoke. Dami Kupi said we need to get used to the reality of the new face. It's not funny though, but we have to adjust and find opportunities in the COVID period. What opportunities do you think the event industry, especially your own industry, what opportunities do we find? Because quite frankly, there are a lot of people in your shoes right now who are thinking of how to rebrand. We're talking about the post-COVID years. The doors will be open by Monday and people will be going out, and we'll just go into the reality that, look, we're just walking into thin air. Just looking forward to nothing. You understand? But of course, we need to make plans. What plans do you think an event planner should really start making right now?
Number one, this is an industry that, we are busy people. We are busy people. We don't really have time for ourselves. And we need to invest in ourselves. So for this period, to me, I would advise any event person to sit down and work on herself.
Or do we start looking for a change? Do we start thinking of a change in vocation or a rebranding of the vocation?
What I'm saying is, like now, event industry is into, many areas. You understand? And over the years, we've really evolved. Now, like me, I'm into decoration. And this decoration also we have it in its own grades,
Okay.
in its own capacity. A client can come to you, walk up to you and tell you that I want something simple. A client can come up to you, I want something luxurious, things like that. Now, take my own area for an example. If you are the one that maybe most of your work, you use fabrics, this period, learn how to move up and make use of flowers. Learn how to make use of flowers. Learn how to make use of backdrops. Learn how to create, to have a very, very beautiful hall. You understand? In your in your hall. If at this time we don't really work on ourselves, I don't know the time we can have again, because to me, sincerely, we are audience people, we are people oriented. You understand? After COVID, I don't really see much change in us, because that's who we are. Nigerians will definitely continue in our pattern. We will continue in our, you said?
You said we'll continue in our parties, yes.
Oh, normal. We'll continue embracing one another, hugging
People
one another.
have already started the partying thing now.
Oh, yes.
So you are sure that the event planning thing will bounce back?
After COVID, will bounce back. It's just this period we are low. And for this period that we are at home, we must invest in ourselves.
Invest in ourselves. Beautiful.
Yes. Let's attend training online. A lot of, like what I think Ife said, you understand, lots of trainings on Instagram, Facebook, online. Let us train ourselves, because after the COVID, we won't have time again. I don't really see much change in us. That's who we are. We run around to get Ashwebi. We run around. Yes, we run around to plan event for clients. I'm used to late night clients. I come in 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I'm used to it. We don't have time for ourselves. So this is the period we have the time.
Okay.
We are not really appreciating it, because it's not bringing in money that we are used to.
It's okay. Yes, it's not. It's not. And if it continues this way, a lot of people will go into real bankrupt.
Poverty.
Yes, real poverty rather.
Yeah. But if at this time we invest in ourselves, definitely after COVID, have it at the back of your mind, we are going to have, after COVID, bouncing back. We are coming out stronger. I'm very sure of that. We are party people. Actually, we continue.
Yes. So.
Okay. Yes. Well, what's your take on that?
Yes, after the whole COVID-19, definitely there will be concerts, Thanksgiving program, different events.
You think so?
Different kinds of Thanksgiving here and there, COVID-19 press blast, everything. It's gonna get so busy. Unfortunately, some people won't have been able to catch up. Those that have equip themselves with more skills will be able to do more. So people will be able to those that have acquired more skills, they'll have more streams. So things might not be the way it is. Some churches might not be able to retain their musicians again, because they will have to get back up again, grow through the process. So it's not going to be business as usual.
Yeah,
so
but don't you think now that the world is getting used to this virtual stuff, virtual choir, virtual singing, virtual worship.
Yes.
And there's going to be this lethargic spirit. Bouncing back may be very, very difficult. You'll be shocked that by the time they even tell the churches to open up, and they tell the singers and so on, it may be very difficult for people to now start getting to do what they've been using,
Exactly.
what they've been used to.
That's for the church.
Yes, sir.
That's for the church.
Yes, oh well.
It's not just for the church.
For me, when it
It's not
comes
for the church only.
when it
Okay.
comes to church music and liturgy, I think it's more like a tradition. Some people can't just imagine not dancing to live music. You know, when you come and you want to start using karaoke for praise and worship, some people just, they just go off. You know, they might not be able to, catch up. Maybe some might be able to, but there are some churches that it can't just work. You know, after a while, they will still have to integrate everything back, to the way it used to be. So it's gonna take time. Like I know a couple of musicians have lost their job, due to COVID-19. Churches are not just a few churches are still paying. Like I know of a church in Aja, who mentioned the name. They still pay their musicians full salary. Even in the month of April, of which I really find so touching and intriguing. So not every church will be able to get back into the whole tradition, but I believe with time they'll be able to catch up again.
Okay. Ife,
Yes, sir.
somebody said that there should be a price review after the COVID experience. Those of you that are into branding should look for a way to review your
Yeah.
prices. And I don't know if it should be reviewed upward or downwards.
Okay.
Doctor, should it be reviewed upward or reviewed downward?
Yeah. So for me, I think we need to face the reality as business owners, whether you're into branding, whether you're into whatever. I think now that we're in COVID-19 times, some businesses have begun to, or some design agencies or branding agencies naturally have slashed down their rates. And so even without even slashing down their rates on their own, clients are saying, see, I'm not making as much money as I used to make. People are not patronizing me. So can you give me COVID-19
rebate
package?
Yeah. And so if we're saying COVID-19 times, you're not making as much money. Yes. Yeah. So I should, at this point, be empathetic with my clients, because I know if I say I am sticking to my premium rate, my rate before COVID-19, there are other alternatives, and my clients, I will lose my clients, and so I don't want to lose my clients. It's imperative for me to review my rates and be considerate. I know we are in trying times, but after COVID-19 times, when things become normal, there is going to be an upward review. The rate will come back to normal, because obviously things should have normalized. Your businesses will be up and running. Do you get my point? So things will come back to normal. And I also think that whilst Mommy Jumoke said parties will still come back to what they used to be and all that, it's true. There is going to be that. I don't know whether or not it's going to be 100%, but things will come back to normal. But we need to understand the fact that if things had worked, especially for some kind of services.
Hello? Can you hear me? Okay, it seems
you've lost me. Yeah, so my screen has frozen, right?
No, it's back now. Continue.
Am I back?
Yes, you're back.
Okay. So businesses who operated almost well, seamlessly during remotely during COVID-19 times, that might be their new reality. But businesses who went under lockdown, who couldn't operate, after COVID-19, they will come back to normal, because there's going to be parties, there's going to be church services, there's going to be events and all that. So I think for design services or design businesses or service businesses, if during COVID-19 times your clients ask for downward review, obviously oblige them, because without they patronizing you, you won't also make money. But after COVID-19 times, when businesses are bounced back to normal, to your normal rates. That's what I think.
Now we are in the humanities, and the recent trend has actually given us the opportunity to appreciate humanity once more. Somebody said we are not created to isolate. Normalcy is on the way through the serious adjustment, quite frankly. But
Yeah.
now I want to ask everyone. Let me start with Joshua.
Okay.
Has this really taught us a lesson of appreciating humanity and appreciating people?
Yes, it has. The first week of the lockdown, I wrote an article called Theatre in Times of Corona. And I was inspired to write that article because I saw that all over Europe, the larger part of Europe, there was a lot of funding from the EU, Cultural Foundation, from Ford Foundation, MacArthur, and so on, all around the world for funds and grants for communities, for societies, for artists, basically. And we have nothing like that. It's been non-existent in Africa, so it just wouldn't spring up immediately. And we are in the profession of saving lives, just the way the doctors would when there's no COVID-19. There's been a lot about mental health, and there's a way culture and arts and theatre has been able to heal people, music and drama. And so in a way, we are healers as well. So we work closely with humans. Our work. So it has taught us quite a lot, because I found I got information from some of my friends in theaters in Germany where they told us the audience, some of the people there are losing their mind already, because firstly they are not used to being shut indoors. They are used to walking over and over. They are used to being on the street from one point to another. They have a set life. They know how much time it will take you to walk from your apartment to your train station, and then from your train station back to your work. And then the same way Lagos is, the music, the jivey feel. So I think this period is basically making us understand that we've taken for granted a lot of things in the past. The little handshake, the embrace, the eating together with your friends in a public restaurant, the loud music that you even complain about every time you're driving past somewhere, and a lot more.
Okay, thank you. What of Jumoke? What has it taught you as an event planner in terms of your relationship with people?
Yeah, like what Joshua said, you will now see that the things, the people you are complaining about, you start missing them. You start missing them. The things you complain about all around you, you start missing them. Like me, I miss going to church. I miss running staircase to meet up with Bible study choruses and songs. I miss my pastor's smile welcoming us to church services. I miss them all.
What of the events now? Don't you miss the events?
Oh my, I miss the late nights.
The late night events.
Yes, sincerely, I come back very late in the night. I told you, I can come in 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning.
And you can't wait back. You can't wait to go back to that lifestyle.
I'm missing all these things.
But you know it's going to take.
I'm so much used to them that by stop doing them. In fact, the first week I locked myself down, I felt sick.
Wow.
Because I'm very used to active life. But after the first week, I got used to it. So I started meeting all these activities.
What of all well as we're coasting home? What has the COVID-19 lessons really taught you as a musician,
Well, as a
which
musician,
will now come as a lesson to you?
for us, it was a shock. For me, I've never had to. Anyway, I do more of isolation because I have to be in the studio producing music. But of
So you have
course,
been isolating long before we isolated.
artistic isolation.
Okay.
But for me,
Go. Okay.
the pain is that the work isn't coming as it used to come. Studio doesn't get so busy as it used to. Where artists are
Okay.
coming to come and record. So it's just basically me and my production team. So we just try to do some of our old jobs that we've not done. Just to tidy up, mixes here and there. So, but it's really not what we wish. We believe business should keep running. People should keep coming. Even though we've been able to record a couple of singles that will be coming out in a few weeks, but it's generally not the way it's normally used to be. I remember someone calling me a day before a particular lockdown was extended, and the person was
Okay.
like, I might come tomorrow if the lockdown is not extended. And of course, the lockdown was extended, and I really felt bad because nothing was going to come in from that extension. So it's affecting everyone, really.
Uh, yes, Ife, are you there? Ife?
It's frozen.
Okay, it's frozen.
It's moving
Okay,
now.
I think I muted. Can you hear me, Ife?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so your parting shot now as we are coasting home. What did you miss? With specific reference to humanity.
Yeah, so the question was about, humanity. First of all, I think I have a divergent view from everybody.
Okay.
And I think that will make us appreciate the fact that there are two sides to a coin.
Okay.
While I understand the fact that the humanness in us would definitely almost play its role, would almost demand what we are used to. But I saw it from a point where for COVID-19 is not a joke. COVID-19 is real. And so everything I need to do to keep myself safe, in keeping myself safe, I'm keeping humanity safe. In staying away from gatherings, in staying home rather than going out, I'm keeping myself safe, and I'm also keeping my loved ones safe. So I wouldn't say because of COVID-19 and because I desire or I want to fellowship with people, I want to interact with people, I now, because of that, endanger my life, and not just only my life, the lives of people around me. COVID-19 will come and go. In 1918, if I'm not mistaken, there was the Spanish flu, and it killed over 50 million people, lost their lives. But here we are today. The world still continued, life still continued. So I think it was imperative for us to step back, and in stepping back, we now appreciate what life offered us. But in appreciating that, we also needed to have seen the need to save ourselves and save others. So I believe that life will come back to normal. I believe that things will come back to normal, but how soon it will be, I cannot tell. But one thing I embrace so much, this period is, one thing I embrace so much is to preach the word of staying at home. Don't go anywhere. Stay at home. The person you want to
we've been told to start.
Don't go anywhere.
Start moving on Monday
because
now.
You can't tell how you will contract the virus.
It's frozen.
Even at that moving on Monday, people are not going anywhere. Those who are going out should please ensure that they maintain personal hygiene. They have their nose mask and face mask, their sanitizer.
Social distancing in Lagos.
I've lived in my
going out.
I don't know for any other person, but if I'm alive, every other person will be alive.
Okay. In closing, I want to make a statement that Ayo Ajayi said, and there is a lot of point in what he has. He said, I think it will take a long time for us to get back to normalcy, if it will ever be. The social distance issue will take a while to fade off entirely. Large gatherings in elite areas, churches, concert halls, theaters may not recover immediately.
Yes.
That it will take a very long time.
That's very correct, because
absolutely.
Yes, Jumoke, you said you don't agree with the long time.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay.
Maybe because of the peculiarity of my own business. Yes.
You are praying it does not.
Okay.
Is that what you're praying? Maybe you are praying it does not.
Praying. I wish that we comply to what the government is saying. Let us stay indoor. Let us stay safe.
Yeah.
You understand? When this period passes, I'm sure if we comply, it will pass away on time. If we don't comply, it will linger.
Absolutely.
And I'm assuring you, immediately it passes. Maybe because of the peculiarity of my own industry, we are coming back, bouncing back, seriously.
Joshua, are you bouncing back too?
Absolutely.
Well,
Ajayi said it will take a long time.
It will, yes.
Wow.
And
think,
Doctor, I totally agree with Ajayi, and it's been my view for quite a while. It will not. I know there's the place of everyone hoping and believing that things will change. It is not. This is just my personal opinion. I think generally it will take a long time. Either we are in the music, banking, insurance, or entertainment, or events industry. It will take a long time, and this is the reason I'm saying that. It will take a long time because for every 1,000 naira that you've put into that project, it would take 1 naira, 5 naira, 100 naira out of it. This time, it will take nothing less than 500 naira from everything that you put into that project. Because a lot of people are not going to attend. I belong to a culture group where I have a lot of people there. They are canceling their event already. They are thinking of how to tell their friends how they will be unable to attend the event. Event in November already, not events in not next month. A lot of people will still be scared until December to fully go out to attend parties, to be in church. So it will take a while for everyone, because really, what's even normal? If we stay normal, it's going to go back to normal. We don't know what normal is anymore.
Oh well.
Okay, it's going to take a long time for everything to really come together. Like what Ife, what
and
said,
to add, okay,
it's going to take time for things to integrate back, because there will still be this stigmatization. People still get scared of, trying to relate back with people in either rehearsals or come for an event, and also it's going to take time. But those that are actively in the performing arts will still keep doing events online, online stage performances. So that would give jobs to musicians that play for artists. Then churches too that are able to run services online with musicians would have some people engaged, for their services. But definitely, it's going to take a long time for things to really come back. Then there will be people that want to sing too about Thanksgiving songs. So of course there will be people going to the studio to record songs, testimony. So it's going to be more of a Thanksgiving. Nigerians, we like to party a lot, so it's going to be a lot of people coming to record songs. Okay, how I made it, how I went through the process, how I did this, how I did this. So for music producers, that is big money for them. Then there's a whole lot of things will happen. So I think we're just prepared for anything. We're just prepared, basically.
It's okay. If you were about saying something, because we have just 2 minutes to
Yeah, so
round this up.
2 minutes. Okay. Let me just wrap up. So the truth of the matter is, like everyone has said, we don't know when. We are hoping and praying that things become normal. But I don't know if before I joined in, anyone talked about how we can leverage technology, how we can leverage technology, the digital whatever in our operations. So
Okay, you
someone
can go
who is
ahead and
into
say
events,
that.
you can have a
Okay.
virtual event. Yeah, you can have a virtual event. So the question might be, how do I get people pay for me? Your event doesn't have to be on Instagram Live. It could be on Zoom, and probably only those who pay for it would have the link to attend it. It could be something affordable because people want to. There was popular this guy Wole Arole is doing something called Chat with Wole Arole, and people are joining in. There's also another comedian called Father DMW, and he's leveraging his Instagram Live. If he wants to monetize that, he can move his craft to a platform where it's not free, but because people want that comment, they want that entertainment. In fact, entertainment people are the ones who can leverage this lockdown, leverage technology. If you're running a business, even events, you can organize virtual events. This is the time for people to begin to see how they can bring virtual reality into their operations. And so I think I just need to touch on that. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much.
Doctor, I don't know whether you are outside talk.
Oh, please go ahead.
But
want to see your face.
Among your professionals to engage in digital marketing.
Please,
that is the way to go now.
Digital marketing.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. You know what? We will be bringing
now. But that's the way the world is going.
Can you give us that? Can you give us your time at 8 o'clock?
You say what?
Can you give us your time at 8 o'clock? 8 in the evening. This evening, we'll be talking about the economy.
Okay.
This evening.
No problem. I'm always at home, although I'm busy, but I can always get out sometime.
So
once you give me a notification.
Yes, we'll notify you and then link you in, because we want to talk about the small medium enterprises, SMEs at 8 o'clock. But let me hear what you have to say.
You see, in evangelism, we always take the gospel to where the people are.
Yes.
You understand now? We don't stay in Lagos. I want the Hausa man in Sokoto to be converted. We go there.
Yeah.
The same thing when business has eluded the physical communication. It has gone to where you cannot really see people physically. So the things that can get to the people, you use it to do the business. Your own music, fantastic. You've been on YouTube and all the rest. The people doing events, they can always communicate with their customers online. If they want to do birthday party, they don't have to call the whole world to do birthday party. They can go to their houses and do decoration of their parlor fantastically.
Exactly.
You understand now? And even
True.
True. You understand now? Those who are producing music, like my wonderful brother, their own is very, very easy. You can record and send the thing to him. He mixes it up. You understand now? And gives you back the product. He doesn't have to come to your office. So we have to start doing things virtually. Like me now, I'm doing all my work in the office. I'm connected to my machine in the office, my PC in the office, and I do everything I'm doing. In fact, it's now I realize that I'm wasting my time on the road going to work. I spend 4 hours going to work. Now I work till 2 a.m. I work like 16 hours per day. Because I'm not moving out. I'm not getting tired. You understand now? It's teaching us a lot of lessons that what we are doing physically before, we are just wasting our time. Let's convert all these things to digital things. Even our preaching. I preach to people. I preach to a big congregation of people yesterday or day before yesterday. I just went on my WhatsApp, recorded the message, posted it, and they played it. I used to do night vigil in my house before with a church in Port Harcourt. I don't go to Port Harcourt. I stay here. I connect them. They connect me to their speakers there. Everywhere. It will be very, very loud. It will be as if I'm in with them. You have to start inventing things like that. This my young man. I know he will not know me, but I know Daddy very well. I'm a friend to Daddy. If I know what you understand now, you are doing branding.
Okay, sir.
Your own is very, very easy.
Yes, sir.
Because you can do everything digitally. You understand now? So you don't have to design your website.
True.
Find some software that will make you communicate with your clients, with people that you know, the resources that you use for your job. You can do everything without seeing anybody at all.
True.
You understand? Because this COVID, you think is going to go away. I was abroad when this thing started. And I passed through UK, I passed through Dubai, I knew what I saw. It's a very dangerous sickness. It's just the grace of God that got me here. You understand now? We don't have the facility for containing the effect. So and now our government is getting careless with it. So by the time the ripple effect comes, you will see that it's going to linger. So we only pray that God will redirect their mind. Get them back to their senses. That it is not this time that you'll be looking for money, because this money will cost debt. The money you are looking for, you are not going to live to eat. Why are you looking for it? So we should get our brains back. Let's hibernate this time around. If the fishes will know how to hibernate in dry season, to live longer, to live after the dry season, why can we not do that? Don't you know that fishes do that? Snails do that. When there's no water, they go into their shell or the water comes. Why can we not do that as human beings? Eat meat to have been practicing to eat once in a day since this thing started. Not that it's not that I don't have money, but I have to share my money with other people. Do indoors and allow people to not go. If we limit the number of infected people, the people will get well. There'll be no virus again to attack us. And if you don't allow people to come inside, nobody will be attacked. You understand now? And the thing will go its own way and we leave. But if we are running for money now, that is what they did in UK. I was shocked. I was inside a train alone, like 4 coaches, nobody. I'm alone inside the train. I got to the airport, the whole place was empty. It was as if there was war. I was shivering. How do you understand? So it's very, very important that we do that. It's just the grace of God that keeps us alive. And I pray the Lord very much.
Amen. So we'll be so glad to have you join us at 8 o'clock as we discuss the aspect of finance. Now, I want to say big thank you to everyone that have joined us. We have shot ahead of the time by 5 minutes, and I would really want to close this, but I cannot do that without thanking you.
We have to thank you too.
Thank you all panelists. Thank you, Jumoke.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Thank you, Joshua.
Thank you,
and the all well Obi.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. I want to end with this parting shot, even though it's painful, but it's true. Ayo Ajayi said, I think it will take a long time for things to get back to normal. If it will ever be, the social distance issue will take a while to fade off entirely. Large gatherings, churches, concert halls may not recover. And I'll also say what Ndubuisi Onwuike has said, that I think the virtual world is fantastic, but I think it has its own challenges. The real life effect you get sitting in a concert hall or theater is no longer there. But we have to make do with what we have because of the times and seasons we're in. I want to ask you, what is in your hands presently? And how are you rebranding what is in your hands? Because let's not deceive ourselves. Lives after COVID will not come back the way we expect it to be. And we need to move on in life. And so we need to venture into other things that will make for our creativity to come out the way it should be. Thank you very much once again, our panelists, Jumoke Shaki Owelubi, Feoluwa Shokpeju, Joshua Labi. So glad to have you around with us. Thank you, everyone, and God bless you. Bye-bye.
Amen.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.